Warm greetings, dear students. The continuation of the last session, we are going to discuss about the special relationship between a banker and customer. We in the last class we discussed about the relationship between a banker and customer. We discussed that there are two broad categories. One is general relationship, another one special relationship. In the previous session, we discussed about the general relationship between a banker and customer. So now we are going to discuss about the special relationship between a banker and a customer. So we discussed that why those are called as general relationship means they are the general transactions or basic transactions being basic banking businesses of a bank. So that those are called as general relationship. These special relationships are a special services given by the bank to the customer. Okay, so these are called as special relationship between the banker and customer. So under that first one is the custodian. Okay, the bank is acting as the custodian of the customer. Okay, so for example, if you are interested to do any share trading and all those times, you need to open a bank account. You need to open an account with NSDL. So that account is called a Demat account. Okay, that Demat account is taken care by the bank. Only through the bank you can open Demat account. So that in that way, the bank is completely custodian of your securities. Whatever the security transactions you are doing for uh, buying the share or to once the share is sold, the amount which is given to you only through the bank. So all the shareholding only through the bank. So that this particular relationship is called as a custodian. The bank is called as a custodian of the customer shares are holding for the account. Okay. So this relationship is called as a custodian relationship. So next to that, duties of a banker. Okay, a banker is undertaking some duties which is mandated to maintain the relationship between a banker and customer. In that, primary duty is to maintain secrecy, unless otherwise, if there is any violation of the security of the nation, your details should not be shared with anyone, even with the government. The details of that banker customer should not be shared. Okay, unless otherwise there is any violation in your bank. For example, if there is in a particular day there is huge amount deposits in a particular account, means it may be it may be threat to the security of the nation. Okay, that time the bank will reveal your detail to the RBI. Some exceptions are there. Otherwise, the secrecy should not be revealed to anyone else outside us to buy from the banker side. Okay. Second one, duty to honor the check. Whenever there is the complete fulfillment of all the procedures of the check, uh, it is duty of the banker to honor the check. Honor the check in the sense clearing your checks and giving the money to the bearer of the check. It is completely duty of the bank. Next to that, duty to pay bills as per the standing instructions. For example, if you are doing nowadays, since we are doing mobile banking and internet banking, we are paying all the bills only through the internet banking or mobile banking through the bank. Okay, so at that time, whatever the instructions you are giving, for example, sometimes you may be giving the option to pay the standing instructions you may be giving that every month and on third you need to pay for the electricity bill. So that time it is duty of the banker to pay that bill. Okay, they cannot withhold your bill. Okay, so if when whatever the standing instructions you are doing, that will be fulfilled by the banker. So next to the duty to provide proper services, whatever the services you are asking from the requested from the bank, that is duty of the bank to fulfill the service requirements of the customer. Okay, since they are a service provider, they need to fulfill all the service requirements which are all given by the bank. They should not do any discrimination towards the customer. Okay, some exceptions are there. Some primary lending is there. Some primary sector lending is there. So those are all as per the government regulations. Apart from that, there should not be any discrimination towards the customer. Okay. So next, duty to act as per the directions of the customer. So whatever your instructions you are giving in terms of deposit or in terms of borrowing, whatever the instructions you are giving, that they have to be clearly followed by the bank. They should not act on their discretion. Okay. So next to the duty to submit periodical statement. So whenever the customer is asking about statement, okay, statement of their account, it is duty of the banker to provide. They should not deny at any cost. Okay. So next to that, articles kept should not be released to a third party without due authorization. In the sense, whatever you kept it under the locker, or if whatever you gave us a security for your borrowing, it is duty of the banker to safeguard those properties of yours. Okay, so these are the duties of a banker given extended towards the customer. Okay, so next is rights of a banker. Okay, so banks are having certain rights to the customer's account. So those rights, if we take a right of lien. Okay, so right of lien in the sense, so whenever you are you borrow some loan from the bank, so it is a right of the banker to hold the securities until otherwise you pay the uh, complete money which you borrowed from the bank. If you are not paying it back completely, even if 1 rupee you have billing with the banker, it is right of the banker to hold your securities. You cannot go and like that. I paid partial amount, partial properties I can utilize. You cannot claim that. It is a right of the banker to lay your securities which you have given it in the bank. Okay. So some examples are there. Okay, and that if you go through, you are able to understand. Okay. So next right, if you see, okay, that is a right of setup. Okay, right of setup in the sense you are having certain amount in your deposit account. You are having certain loan in your loan account. It is right of the banker to transact your money from deposit account to loan account. You cannot go and claim them that both are separate account. You should not set up between two accounts. Okay, it is right of the banker to transact the money from your own deposit account to loan account. Next is right of appropriation. So whenever you are having two kind of loans, for example, education loan and personal loan. So you are paying some due amount for a particular loan, but you never mention which account you are repaying. So it is a right of the banker to appropriate that amount. Okay, which is earning lesser interest rate that they can take for that amount. For example, if you are paying for personal loan, since it is high interest rate, you never mention that you are paying for personal loan. So it is a right of the banker to take the money to the education loan, and in later you may be fined for not paying for the personal loan. So it is right of the banker. The next right is right to charge interest rate. You may be asking that if since it is service industry, they may be completely do a service at a free of cost. So it's not the procedure for the banking. Okay, so it is the right of the banker to charge the interest rate. That is also the varying interest rate they can charge. You cannot claim that under the constitution that there is no equality of law. So it's not like that. It's a service industry based on the customer category, based on the RBI regulations. The interest rate is charged on the customer. Okay, so these are the different types of bankers. Okay, so these are the different kinds of relationships. That is special relationship between a banker and customer. That means a custodian and duties of the banker and rights of the banker. These are the special relationship between a banker and customer. Okay. Thank you, students. Thank you for your patience listening. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you.